All right, guys, just an update. We've got the Oakland Athletics in agreement now officially to tear down the old Tropicana Hotel. That is where they will build their new ballpark that now they are saying it is going to be 30,000 seats. There was some people saying maybe 35,000. Man, I don't know about that. 30,000 seats is just small. And I get the standing room will probably push it up a little bit, maybe 35 or 36K at the most, but that is a small number. The announcement came yesterday for a 30,000 seat stadium on a 35-acre site. The project is expected to cost $1.5 billion, and the A's are asking for $400 million, or right around $400 million in public money. The original ask, I believe, was $550. It got bumped down to $390. And that's where it's at currently. The A's previously signed an agreement to build a stadium also on Tropicana Avenue, but on the other side of Interstate 15 that runs alongside the Strip. They were expected to ask for $500 million in public funds for that 49-acre site, and that would have included much more than a stadium. So it's looking like they had to scale down their ask and then also scale down the amount of land that they're buying in order to do this. So they're asking for a little bit less than the public, taking it down by about $120 million to try and get this thing fully official. Because at this point, John Fisher, the Athletics owner, really has no other options. He's completely alienated the entire Oakland Athletics fan base. If the A's somehow do remain in Oakland, it's looking less and less likely by the day. Fisher would have to sell the team. It would be inevitable because he is so disliked in Oakland at this point. And then how about this dynamic? We've got the Las Vegas locals saying they don't want the Athletics. They want their own new expansion team. And I have seen people comment on videos about the Las Vegas A's. People from Vegas pissed off because they don't want the Athletics. They want a different, fresh, new team with new branding. It is seeming like the A's or the Oakland team moving to Vegas, they will just take the same, color scheme, the same logo, kind of like the Rams did. But if you remember, the Rams moved from LA to St. Louis and they moved back. Seems like Las Vegas fans want kind of a Golden Knights or Seattle Kraken type situation where it's a brand new team, it's brand new players, and it would be the MLB expanding. The MLB probably would rather this situation that's currently playing out because it is so dire right now in Oakland. They want to get out of there, go to Vegas, and then expand. Seems like some people in Las Vegas do not want the Athletics branding. They want a brand new, fresh start with like Las Vegas themed colors. We don't know what the team would be called. Maybe it would be called the Aces. It kind of seems too obvious, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. It seems like it is going to be the Las Vegas Athletics, and some people are angry about that. So we also have that kind of interesting dynamic to follow. The A's are projecting sellouts for just about every game in Las Vegas. Good luck with that. From the LA Times, can the A's really draw 2.5 million people in? Well, if you're drawing 2.5 million people in only a 30,000 seat stadium, I mean, that is basically a sellout every game. It's tough to really say what Las Vegas's attendance is going to look like because the MLB is so different just in general because they have more of a capacity with more games than the NBA, than the NHL. But I would expect pretty good attendance in Las Vegas just simply because it's a brand new team and you can already see exactly what's going to happen. They're going to go to the minor league stadium in 2025 and 2026. They will be building up a young core, a young nucleus, and then by 2027, John Fisher, kind of as a show of goodwill to the MLB, he's going to get out his checkbook and he's going to sign a sexy free agent or someone to a big deal, and it's going to anger all the Oakland fans. That's exactly what's going to happen. He wants the team to have more value. He knows in Vegas they're going to have significantly more value. Just look at the St. Louis Rams moving to LA. They're now the third most valuable team. Some of that is because they won a Super Bowl, but a lot of that is because they are located in LA. So this situation, I mean, listen, complete teardown this year and next year. You get young prospects, they grow, you re-sign them, and you're going into the new stadium in 2027, guns blazing. You guys remember the Miami Marlins complete rebrand they did with like Jose Reyes and Hanley Ramirez? I mean, it was a disaster, but that's basically what this is going to be going into 2027. They will spend decently big, I'm guessing, in the offseason of 2026, and that will completely rejuvenate, or I guess rejuvenate's not the right word, energize a new fan base in Las Vegas, and it'll be a good like test thing for them because they'll go to the minor league park. It's only got a capacity of 10,000. It's kind of like a good baby step introducing baseball to Las Vegas, but them drawing a lot of people, again, a lot of it's going to be they're going to sign really good players. It's going to jazz the whole thing up. Baseball being brand new to Vegas, that in and of itself is going to be a draw at least the first few years. The question is, when we're in the year 2031, 2032, is it sustainable? You've got a lot of home games. You know, will they have an attendance problem? I don't think they will, just based off the fact that you're going to get a lot of tourism. You're going to get a lot of traffic from that, so that should help. Also, it is going to help that it's a brand new ballpark. The ultimate punch to the gut for the Oakland fans will be if John Fisher actually lives up to his words and opens his wallet to keep players. Well, I'm sure they're going to trade Brett Roker at the deadline. They should. And listen, I'm guessing he will eventually because he's going to be motivated by the fact that he's moving. The team's going to be worth more. It's hard not to spend, well, actually, it's impossible to spend less than he currently is spending because he's literally trying to make the team as bad as possible, or at least was, to force the move, make the attendance as low as possible, and that's exactly what's happened. And then last night, the Oakland A's, unfortunately, it gets worse somehow. Almost under 2,000 fans. They had 2,064 fans. It was a Monday night game against the Diamondbacks. That is not a good combination. That is just 4% of their seating capacity. And it is the least amount of fans at a home game in over 40 years. And what a sad photo that is. Oh my goodness. Remember, this is going to go on another year. They're still going to be at the Coliseum next year. They're probably not moving into the AAA park until 2025 at the earliest, but I would expect it to happen in 2025 because this is a dire situation. This is a disaster for the MLB. And it seems like it's more of a fast track thing. They have the official site. It's at, the Tropicana Hotel. It's getting demolished, and they will vote on the public funds, possibly getting around $400 million, maybe $500 million in public funds to be able to finance this new stadium. And it looks like the opening date will be 2027. Again, there was like a thing a few weeks ago where they were like, oh, it's not going to happen. They can't find a site. Guys, this stuff always happens. There's going to be hiccups. There's going to be bumps in the road, but there's a 99.9% chance the A's are moving, right? It's inevitable. I said it even after the news of them not being able to secure that site. They would eventually find one. There is also another footnote. Because the site is smaller, it's going to be a very small stadium just in general because it's on a small site. Not as small as Target Field, but it's going to be like one of the top 3 or 4 smallest stadiums in terms of like footprints in the MLB. And I mean, if it seats 30,000 people, that would be the smallest stadium in the MLB by far. People will argue Tropicana Field, it's mainly because they leave their upper deck closed. Tropicana Field can actually sit like 43,000. And Progressive Field, I mean, they destroyed the upper deck to it. Otherwise, it would be at 43,000 as well. So they're actually making a stadium that seats 30K. That's the smallest stadium that was officially like made since Marlins Park in 2012, and I think they're at like 37K of capacity. So it is a smaller stadium, but that is expected to come with the vote upcoming this week. So guys, that is the current update on the Oakland A's / Las Vegas A's situation. That's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description.